And welcome to Mindset Monday. I'm Shelley Butler.
And I'm Yves Doucet.
I'm going to put on my headset.
Do you look cooler with that?
I feel cooler with that.
I
I
like
like
my
it.
ears.
Yeah, yeah. Keep them out. It's good.
Keep them.
Keep your ears out. It's good.
You're building a cottage.
I am building a cottage. I
And
am.
what is the number one question that people ask you? Are
Are
you
you
just putting the foundation?
excited?
And what do you answer?
No.
No, you don't
No.
answer that. That's not what you answer. You just told me what you answered, so that's not it.
Well, I
So people
did.
ask you, right, are you excited to
I'm
go on a
not
trip? Are
excited.
you excited to do something new? It's not, yeah, excitement is not the word.
It's
What's the
not.
word?
It's accomplishment.
You
I
feel
I
accomplishment.
feel
They're
I
accomplished.
feel accomplished. I feel like my dreams are coming true. I
Hmm.
feel a sense of you know how when you set out a dream like a long time ago. So my parents built a cottage in 1967
That
down in
one?
Casey Cape.
No.
Not that one,
Okay.
no. Ken LeBlanc actually lives in my cottage that I
Okay.
grew up in. The guy who owns Property Guys.
Okay.
Hey Ken. And so Leonard was never really wanting to build on the water, have a cottage on the water for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy down there. So we're
Why?
just up and across the road. I can actually pretty much see my cottage from where I'm at, and so I have two homes, and that's just getting to be a little much. And we always knew we'd build a cottage. Yeah,
Okay.
or build a home. So we're building a little home, and it has started. There's a big hole in the ground now.
So why aren't you excited? Why do you think you're not excited? Why do you believe you're not excited?
I was really happy with my cottage. If somebody had said to me, "Oh, Shelley, you're gonna have to spend another 10 years in your cottage," I'd be like, "Oh, okay." I love my cottage. I love my home. I'm pretty contented with everything that I have. It's not like I'm living in a trailer hoping to get into this new house or anything. Like I have a home, and
So then why are you building it?
because I can't afford two homes anymore.
Is it, or that's not true. Is it because you want to simplify your home,
Well,
your life?
I want to exactly. I want to simplify my life. I want
Yeah.
to be um after 18 years of kind of going back and forth, I want to be down there. There's something about being next to the
Mm.
sea.
So here's the question, right? Because when I finally paid off my debts,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
People would ask me, well, must be relieved. You must be happy that you finally paid off the debt. You remember the whole story
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
court
Oh, you got to be happy
loss,
now.
right? You
Yeah.
got to be happy now. And I wasn't happy now. And
Hmm.
I looked for the answer and I thought, well, does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Well, it made sense because I was already happy,
That's it.
right? So you're already excited about life. You're excited to come here this morning.
Oh,
You're already excited. So
I'm already happy.
excited on top of you're already
I'm
excited.
already
You're already
excited.
happy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any
I
sense
don't need this thing.
to make you
Happy
excited.
or excited.
You're going to be excited no matter what.
No matter what. No matter what. I mean,
Yeah.
every step of the way has been an adventure.
Yeah.
I'm calling it the
Yes.
Butler Build. You can follow
The
us on
Butler bill.
the Butler Build. So you can
Oh, you
follow us
have
on
a page of it,
Facebook.
really?
No,
Oh,
I just
just
put it on my
okay.
own
The Butler
page. Yeah,
bill.
yeah. I'm not looking to be an influencer or anything. But I think it's really
Too late.
I think it's really fun. We're having a really good time with it.
Good.
Leonard and I, a few years back, well, many years back, 18, to be exact, we bought a whole bunch of rock, whole bunch of slate rock in
I saw that.
Hillsboro,
Yeah, you saved those,
thousands
right?
of
Yeah.
bucks, right? So Leonard and I are home and we're like, that machinery that's going to be driving across those probably won't do any
Mm.
good. So Leonard says, let's go and move them. It's like, sure, let's go and move them. And of course, you forget how big those rocks actually were because the
Mm.
ground kind of eats them up a little
Yes.
bit, right? And man, oh man. So 2 hours later, these 60-year-olds were
Good job.
feeling it. But man, yeah, we felt really good about it. And then I post these pictures. Leonard's holding on a shovel, and there's a great big hole in the ground
Mm.
where they dug the well, right? Starting the well. And so Leonard was like, "Oh, great! People are gonna think that I dug that giant hole because he's holding a shovel." I was like, "Yeah, no, they're not gonna think that." His back may be feeling that this morning. That was a job. But man, what a sense of accomplishment. I love working in the dirt.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love it.
there's something about actually there's a research that was
There is.
done recently about like gardening and putting your hands in the dirt and
Yeah.
like we don't understand, but there's like when you feel good when you're digging in your dirt, right? And
Yeah.
it's because there's a transfer of energy from the dirt to your hands.
Yeah.
There's a like, you connect if you want. So if you believe in energy, right? And go into the biomes, but if you believe in energy, there's an energy in the you're grounding yourself if you want. And there's also lots of living, like the earth is living, right? And
Mm,
there's a transfer, right?
yeah.
It makes you more it gets rid of inflammation, it gets you more resilience. So it builds up your body immune system, like
It's
digging
pretty
in dirt.
crazy. Remember James Rouse was
Yeah.
talking to us about, making sure we get out into nature, but if we couldn't, to make sure that we had a living plant on our desk with enough space that we could put our hands in. Every now and
Yeah,
again, you can
it's
touch the
important.
dirt. I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. Dr. Greg Wells actually showed us some science from that years later. During COVID, he would talk about taking his daughter out to the woods because she would just be so pent up, not able to go to school and just hot and bothered and creating anxiety for everybody in the house, and as soon as she got into those woods she would
Calm down.
calm
Yeah.
down.
And it's true. If you have a cold, like wrap yourself up and go walk in the woods, and you'll see
Mhm.
that you'll feel a lot better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's impressive of what the
You
woods can actually
Well,
do.
if you were to monitor, I love monitoring. I'm an engineer,
Yes,
so more of a like a less of a spiritual person and more of an engineer person. So I'm a spiritual scientist.
you
So
are.
so if you were to monitor your biometrics, right, when you
Yep.
go into the woods, you would more likely find that your HRV goes up, your gets longer, your heart rate comes down,
Yep.
right? Your pupil kind of dilates and you kind of look around, you capture everything.
Yep.
And that's typically normal. Whereas like if you're around people, like you're focused on looking for danger if you want. Like you're focused on you're always active. You're always like stressed. You're always like on your guards. What is that person going to say? What is that person going to do?
Mm,
If you're driving in traffic, it's the same thing.
for sure.
What is that person going to
Yeah.
do? Is that person going to honk at me? Or
Yeah.
you're always on your guards. In the woods, you're basically in nature. You're in nature. So yeah, I would say, take longer walks in the woods. Not
Yeah.
every day.
I
And
got
that's
lost in there
yeah.
yesterday. 10 kilometers
Oh,
later,
wow.
I come out. My husband's driving up the road. He's like, where
Where
were
have
you?
you been?
Because I have
Mhm.
no sense of direction. And, of course, I have all trails, so I'm able to get myself out. But I did get lost in there yesterday. Interesting enough, you would think that we'd be more fearful in the woods. I saw some
Mm.
big cat trails, like some pretty big,
Yeah.
but I'm more fearful of, like you say, driving out, having somebody, especially this morning, it's pretty white and wet out there. But
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because what we're doing is we're like, let's just take a look of why presence is important, especially when you're driving or especially when you're in amongst people, right? When you're in a team meeting or when you're in a meeting. If you're not aware of your thoughts, you're not only giving your energy to that person or that way, you're losing the opportunity to be present. And it can affect your life. I was in Ottawa recently visiting my daughter,
yep,
and in Ottawa is not like Moncton. We have buses, but they have bus lanes, they have bus lights, they have a lot more pedestrians. They have a lot more bikes, a lot more scooters, a lot more going on, right? So we're in downtown Moncton, and so when you come to a light, there's all sorts of do's and don'ts. Don't
downtown
park right
Ottawa.
downtown Ottawa.
Yep,
So did I say Moncton?
yeah,
Oh, sorry,
that's
downtown
okay.
Ottawa. So when you can't turn left on the red, you can't turn right on the red, you can't turn right at all, you can't turn left at all. Like all these signs are
Yeah,
going through. So I come to the red light and it's the early morning and I want to turn left and there's no sign saying don't turn left. And I say, okay, I'm good, right? And so I'm waiting and the light turns green, but it's not a green like ball, it's a green arrow, which means you can only go straight. Now, I've been in Ottawa for a few days and I realized that when they do that, shortly after that, I'm going to say 5 seconds, the light will turn green, like we normally see the green light. So then I can turn left, right? So I wait patiently because I know, right? And the reason they do that is so that the pedestrians go by. Makes
Hmm.
sense, right? They
Yep,
want
for
to make
sure.
sure, if not, you're just turning and the pedestrians don't have a chance to cross the road. So I'm, at the red lights, stopped, and this guy in the back honks his horn, like a big light, and and all of a sudden, I see myself. I'm pissed, right? He honks
Mm.
again. And I want to give him the finger, like I want to go outside and tell him off that I'm right and you're wrong, and how dare you? You don't know, understand the rules, and I'm just waiting for the light to turn, blah blah blah. And I'm going, and I could feel my pressure go up,
Yes.
as if I'm being attacked.
Yeah.
Now, this is not the first time this happened to me. I'm sure that most of us have experienced somebody honking at you, and it just like drives your pressure, your heart stops, like you feel like you're being attacked, right? Modern city, that's what happens, right?
Yeah. I
So there
understand.
I am, and all as soon as I want to do something, I don't. I want to do something, I don't. I just calm down. I want to say something, I don't. Right? The light turns green. Time to turn left. So I turn left, and I'm still looking at this guy in the mirror, like like giving me the eye, the old like that, right? And like, is he looking at me? Look at me, like I want to look at me, look at me, look at you, like that, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then out
Yep.
of the corner of my eye, I see something move, and I come back right to it, and I graze, like I probably missed this pedestrian by 3 inches, and I just swerved just a little bit to miss him. In that instant, if I wouldn't have been there, if I would have stayed focused on being
You had
angry,
to still been in
right,
reaction.
right,
Yes. Yes.
what
Which
would have
you were,
happened? It would have changed that person's life
and yours
and
forever.
possibly mine
Oh,
forever,
forever.
right?
Absolutely.
So this is why I put a lot of effort. Like, this is an example of being in the practice of presence, and I still am in the practice,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So people will say, don't text and drive. I get that, but don't be mad at drive. Don't be attached and drive. Don't be in reaction and drive. Don't try to pretend you're somebody like a race car driver and drive,
To do, lift,
right?
and drive.
And it's
Yeah.
true for everything you do. When
For
you do that,
everything you do.
you're missing the opportunity of
You
living,
are.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So when you're in the woods, you're like out of body, out of mind, out of stress,
Yep.
right? You're in the present moment. And it's important in business, right? And it's important in life. And I was talking to one of my friends recently, Leo Deroche, I was just
Yeah.
talking about,
Yes. Yes.
and he was saying, yeah, it's like this, like, so I started to, I'm going to say coach, but I'm starting to meet with him several years ago, and he was not in a good place as an
Mm.
entrepreneur. And now he's saying, we just got an offer in the business. And he's saying, you know what? I don't need to sell. Is it more important to build a legacy or to, sell everything and then travel? What am I going to do? Right? That's what he was asking. And so he's found a place. He said, I go at work and I belong. I'm of service. Right. And there's this young girl who she just joined the company, and he gave me this example. And she was wondering, there's a problem with parking. They own a business that people come into their business. It's called Spark Wellness.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so he said, well, just put signs in there when people can park, how many minutes they can park, and all that stuff. And so she was asking him, what's the budget? And he said, I don't know. Sounds like us. He says, I don't know. What do you think the budget should be? She says, I don't know. We'll go find out. She comes back. She says, it's $300 too much. I don't know. Go get another price. Right. And he does that, and he feels liberating. She says, the old me would have been, I'll do it. I'll go get the price. I'll give you a budget. I'll tell you what you do, what color, what size of font, all that, where to print, all that stuff. Right.
Yep.
And now he doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
He's embracing what
And
leadership
and
really
he
is.
says,
Yeah.
I went from being lonely at the top
Yes.
to being of service and in belonging.
That's it.
So when you do that, right, there's
Yep.
no need to sell to prove yourself. There's
You don't
only
need an exit strategy,
no, you're
right?
already
You
in the life that you want,
That's it. That's
right?
it. It's owning a business, being an entrepreneur, isn't about, oh, well, it shouldn't be about the exit strategy. I hope it's not about the exit strategy, but for a lot of people, I find that they have their exit strategy pretty tight and pretty focused. Everything else seems to be a little loose. So we have to be really, really careful in what we believe is going to happen in our lives. We gotta
Yeah,
we gotta
and
work on the
th-
business.
yeah, absolutely true. So this is why this work is important to me. Being
Yes.
present. It doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, or it doesn't matter if you're driving a car. Like if you're not present, you're missing life, and
Yeah.
you have a risk of making a mistake, and going down the wrong path, right? Because you're missing the ability to see what's really happening in front of you. Because we
Yeah.
only see like when you're in reaction, and we know this, right? When you're attached, when you're in reaction, don't do things. Because if you're doing, you already know this. If you're in reaction, don't send that email. I don't have to, right? If you're upset, wait a day until you're not reaction.
Yeah.
But what people may not understand, when you're attached to an outcome, well, don't send that email either,
That's it.
because you're living the same day over again,
If you're
right?
feeling like you're so right, you are
Well,
absolutely right.
well, that's being a self,
Stop.
right?
That's
Right?
all about
Yeah.
that's
Don't
all about self.
don't do it.
Don't do
Create
it.
that.
Yeah.
Go in the woods
Yeah.
and lose yourself.
Stop looking behind you
Mm.
when you're going forward,
Right.
right?
Right. And that's
Stop.
what I was doing,
That's
literally.
exactly
Right?
literally,
Literally.
but so many of us are, looking forward, walking backwards and
Absolutely.
wondering why we're tripping.
Why we don't have a life of happiness and a life where we're not surprised anymore,
Yeah.
because we're living the past.
Yeah.
And there's no surprises in the past. You've already lived it,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Oh
I
my gosh.
want to say
Okay.
hi to everybody. Hi,
Yeah,
Diane, Felicia, Trent. Welcome. Mm.
yes.
Okay.
Our
So
regulars, we
we have
love it.
something there up.
We do. You guys have probably looked at this now for what 15 minutes. Okay, so we're talking about Eve's next adventure. Eve's next event is called Beyond the Doing, November 29th from 8 to 4. It's going to be on the second floor of Dolma. Beautiful location, actually.
It is. Yeah.
And we are so thrilled with the last events. So Eve has not just been doing the events, but the events have been kind of been a collection of biometrics. So you've heard us talk a lot of here about our aura rings and making sure that we are in a space of no reaction and staying in the uncomfortable and creating space, all these things. So this beyond the doing is going to be again another sold out event. But I'm really excited about being beyond the doing. I'm going to tell you, the last one was embracing the uncertainty, and I was just about getting ready to start this place, to start this Butler build,
I remember that.
and the uncertainties that go along with a build.
Hmm.
To build a house is absolutely crazy. The guy is going to tell you that he's going to show up, but he doesn't show up for a couple of days, So these guys, they'll be there within the week kind of thing. And if you are expecting things, if you're so attached to the date and the time, you are going to be continuously upset. So embracing the uncertainty and understanding that this will happen when it happens and it's all going to be great. And I don't need any certainties has been amazing. Because I'm going to tell you, these guys started and I just got my permit Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I paid for it a week
Hmm.
or two ago, but
Hmm.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about here. So these are the quantitative and qualitative findings of the last event that Eve has done. So, Eve, take it away and talk to us here about what's happening.
So, like I said at the beginning, I'm an engineer, so I love measuring things. And when I went to see Joe Dispenza, he made a lot of statements about the effect of learning, the effect of understanding science, the science of body and mind, the effect of meditation when you let go. And he had a lot of findings, and I kind of believed, because he had a lot of findings, and I thought, well, let's go measure it. So I want to measure some of the things that he measures. So one of the things I decided to do was to measure at the last event, and this is the second event, the biometrics. So we did that. So we measured a total of 20 participants, and some kind of tailed off or didn't participate at the whole thing, but we started with 20. So that's pretty impressive. 20 out of 30 people agreed to get measured. So why is that important? If you have measurements to see that what you're doing is valuable, then you're going to continue doing it, right?
That's it. Yeah.
If you're not getting something out of the whatever you're doing, there's no transformation. Well, then why do it? And I remember going to, like, I've been going to seminars and webinars and, going to see public speakers like for a long time. And what I've noticed in a lot of the public speaking event that I go to, there's no transformation.
Mm,
When I noticed the first time that there was transformation, it was Baron Baptiste, the yoga.
mm.
Like 90 to 100% of people changed, physically changed. There was no measurement. When I went to Joe Dispenza, he had measurement and I got excited.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm doing. If I can measure, I'm interested in transformation. I'm interested, are you getting something out of it? Are you transforming from the inside? Because if you're transforming from the inside, then your life outside will transform.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. So we measured 1 week before and 1 week after. Now, I would like to measure more than that after that, to like 2 or 3 weeks,
And we will.
and we will.
Yeah, we
And I
will.
would like to measure more biometric, but this is the beginning.
Yeah.
So we measured the average. So the quantitative measurements, right, was the heart rate, blood pressure, stress index, and wellness. So overall wellness. Things like I think we measured also temperature, HRV, and something else that I forget. Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
So we measured these things, and overall, the big one that really got, these are the things that really hit home for me, was the average heart rate decreased by 5%. Or we also measured breath, right? Blood pressure decreased by 3 to 5%.
That is
It's
absolutely
significant.
huge. So we're talking about a day event
A day event.
that you can take away with you, right? So you can take it back. You can start these meditations. Eve gives us meditations. Just being in the quiet space, creating the space that you need, just being a little bit more mindful of your life. So, a lot of us go to these events and we call it sugar, right? Because we walk away after we get all the sugar, we're feeling great, right? We go home to our family, we want to bombard them on everything that we just learned, and then the next day we get up and we just do
And
life.
that's the way we were when we came back from the Robin Sharma event. We wanted everybody to know what we knew,
We
right?
definitely
Right?
we definitely wanted
But
to
when
share. We called it Charmanized.
Sharmanized, right?
Yeah, we got
And
Charmanized.
people were just like, "Oh my God, like you're too much.
Go away
Go
from
away
us.
from
Yeah.
us."
Oh, for sure.
Right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
you eat too much sugar,
Yeah.
right? Or
Yeah.
you drink too much coffee.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you go for a week-long event where you're bombarded with possibilities and like you feel good and it dies off. Nothing happens,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So Baron Baptiste was different,
Well, it was
right?
different because he gave us a practice, and that's what you do is you're
Mhm.
giving us a practice. It
Practice.
doesn't stop when we walk out.
No,
See,
you.
the thing is Robin Sharma was great. Get up at 5 a.m.
Mhm.
and work out. Do the 20 20 20. Do the 90 90. Right? There was all kinds of things like that that you could take away with you. But how often did we practice them?
Most people
Very
didn't.
few people practice them. I know I did the 66 days and I have been working out steadily since December 9th, 2014. So it's stuck. You have to take these events
And do one thing.
and do one thing. So
Nothing that's going to change you. In the doing, you're going to change.
in the
Yeah.
doing you're going to
Mhm.
change, but until that, and the thing is a lot of these events, even your event, there's a lot of things that you
Yeah,
can take and
absolutely.
everybody thinks they have to do them all.
No,
They're
no.
writing the notes.
Don't take notes.
It's one.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
one thing. What resonated with you? And take
Mm.
that back with you because when you're talking about a decrease of 5% in a heart rate, that's absolutely huge.
Yeah.
That is absolutely huge. When your blood pressure can drop by 3.5%, I mean, that is amazing. But the wellness index rose by 15
To
to
20%.
20%.
Who doesn't want to get better in their wellness?
Absolutely. And
Right?
I believe it was because you taught us about dopamine.
Yeah.
Right, in this
Okay.
particular one, right, is about dopamine. So unless we see, the thing is you have to have something new in your life to create dopamine.
Mhm.
You have to have a challenge, and I mean it can be a challenge of um instead of me doing my flies with 20-pound weights, I can now do them with 25-pound weights.
Yes,
That's a dopamine hit. You
it
feel
is.
pretty proud, and so it can be small little increments like that, but you must create newness. Like, was I happy when I came out of those woods yesterday at 10 kilometers? I'm still feeling it.
Right.
Still feeling it, right?
You lost yourself. And so this is 1 week after
Literally.
on the average. This is the mean, right? the average people increase by 15 to 20%.
Yeah.
So if you're there, meaning that if you can let go, if you're not attached, if you're present,
Yeah.
if you do embody it, right?
Yeah.
If you embody the presence. So, and I just want to clarify that I've made this inclusive. What I mean by that is it's not about doing the yoga pose or the chair pose. You don't have to be physically fit. As long as you can
Well,
sit in a chair or
yeah.
lie on the floor, you're perfectly fine.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
yoga.
No.
No.
And so it's really not that complicated. I made it so everybody can access and
Yeah.
attend and participate and get these kinds of results. So I'm really happy about this. Yeah.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
amazing. And I like that. These quantitative results reflect the nervous system's shift from sympathetic dominance, fight or flight,
Hmm.
right? Cortisol, towards parasympathetic regulation, rest and recovery. So we know, especially since we've got our aura rings, we know that the biggest shifts that we actually have is when we can get into this parasympathetic
Absolutely.
regulation, right? So I think that we can all um, you know, program ourselves to always have this sympathetic dominance going in fight or flight. I see it all the time. But I also see so many people are understanding that the rest, the recovery, is truly the gift.
It's important. That's the important part
It's
for
the
sure.
most important part.
This is because if you can get yourself to this state of being where your blood pressure is normal and your heartbeat is normal, like low,
Hmm.
and your breath is long,
Hmm.
basically you're in calm, right?
Yeah.
And then you get into this alpha state, then you start to create something new in your
Yeah.
life. And that's where surprises and happiness happen.
It,
This is why it's so important because then you had the courage to do things that you never had before,
that's it.
right?
Yeah.
So instead of this is beyond the doing. So this next one is beyond. What does it mean to have beyond the doing? It's not what you do that's important. It's the way that you lead into the doing that's important.
Yeah.
Because if you're just doing and doing and doing, nothing new is going to happen. But if you sit there and you say, "No, I want to be surprised at the end. I want to have a surprise. What is this feeling of surprise?" And you embody that, and then you do the doing, you will be surprised,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And who doesn't want to be in a constant life where you're surprised? Who doesn't want to be in a constant life where you're happy, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about that in the next session.
I'm so
So
excited about that though.
now this is the important part. This
Mhm.
is the qualitative like theme. So we use ShowUp, which is our tool,
Yeah.
to have a anonymous conversation so people could freely say because they've been telling me, people participants have been telling me this is the result, this is what happened. So I want to capture that anonymously because I want to make sure. By the way, these measurements are done there's a wall between me and us, if you want, and who's making the measurement. So they're totally unbiased, right?
Totally
Yeah.
unbiased.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
looking for. Yeah.
So
So,
good.
you're gonna do the quantitative reflections. Yeah. Cool.
So what we found out is people were feeling calm. They
Hmm.
were feeling present, right? When they slowed
Yeah.
down. Participants described a new sense of inner quiet, saying they could slow down, breathe, notice their thoughts without judgment. So Eve has a way of not, you know how some people bring you to a meditation and all of a sudden their voice becomes, like you want to go punch them in the throat. It's not to me, that's not calming when somebody is not being themselves. So Eve's
Mhm.
voice stays the same, but the words that happen, the music that happens brings you to a totally different state. So Eve would ask in the last Embracing the Uncertainty, how long do you think that was? Now,
Mm.
nobody realized that it was like 40, 50 minutes that people thought maybe 10 to 20.
Yeah.
So when they realize, because most people when they come into these things they go, oh, you know what, I can't meditate.
Yeah.
I don't really know how to meditate. Well, meditation is really being still.
It's
that's
just being still.
that's all it is. You don't even have to close your eyes to meditate.
No, it's not letting your body become your mind. In other words, if you want to adjust your hair, don't. If you want to scratch your itch, don't. Stay.
Yeah.
Right? Stay. And the comparison would be, oh, I could meditate because somebody was playing basketball next to the room. I do that. This is what happens to the why. I tell you, like in the yin class I did yesterday, Like people are playing basketball. Nobody noticed that they were playing basketball by the end of it. They were all like gone, and they're playing basketball. So like the mind, I trust the mind to let go of the things that don't matter when you're so everybody can become, yeah, let me guide you through this. And once you get it, you say, oh, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Then you can do it on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there and you're trying to
Mm.
quiet your mind and you're going, oh my God, that basketball, like what is wrong with them?
Right.
The basketball season. That is just something you need to see for yourself. And you go, oh, that's where
Mhm.
I'm at. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. And I'm going to tell you, there's sometimes, and I'm in deep into the practice, there's sometimes where I have that overhead fan when I'm cooking, that overhead fan above my stove.
And drives you nuts.
Right? Well, I don't know why I'm angry, or I'm not really quite sure, right? And my husband can
Um,
see the steam, right? And he'll go by and he'll shut the fan off. I'm like, oh, ah. So I subconsciously allowed the fan to irritate me. I'm not even sure why, but it does happen. So we have to be really conscious of that. So I could let myself
or
get
the horn in the back of the.
or the guy, yeah, the guy
Yeah, it's
beeping
a
at you.
practice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely is a practice.
Mm.
So these are the things that we got from Show Up. So after a few weeks after, Eve gave us like a one-on-one session
Mhm.
almost kind of thing. So we gathered on Zoom and we got to share how exactly we felt. And these are some of the things that were shared: self-acceptance and compassion, many shared moments of forgiving themselves. And forgiving yourself
Mm.
is everything,
It
isn't it?
is. It is. It is.
Yeah, yeah. Releasing guilt and realizing their worth independent of doing, courage of trust. Participants expressed renewed confidence to face uncertainty and let go of fear-driven control. Connection and belonging. Reflection showed deep gratitude for shared experiences and a sense of unity among the attendees. Clarity and purpose. Several noted feeling more aligned, focused, and attuned to what truly matters in their lives. See, so many of us think that we have to get up and do the same things,
Yeah.
right? We have to make our husband's lunch. We have to, scrub the toilet before we go. Or do you? Or do you? Right? Maybe today he buys his lunch.
Maybe you don't have
Maybe
to.
today he doesn't have a lunch. Whatever it may be,
We're stuck in the to-dos.
we're stuck in our doing.
I'll do that. I'll do the thing. I'll say the thing in order to be happy instead of just being happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um their voices, right? Participant voices.
So I catch myself in my negative self-talk and reframe it. That is very important. So people are become after the event, people became aware of their thoughts. And keep in mind that you have 90,000 thoughts or 80,000 thoughts. 9%, 90% of their thoughts that you have every single day are the same as yesterday. You just don't see it. So becoming aware is meditation. So becoming aware of your thoughts and your body is becoming a conscious to yourself. And if you're conscious that you're living in the past, then you can make a choice to live in the future, right? So that's the really good thing. I,
Hmm.
uncertainty, uncertainty now feels like opportunity because I am not acting out of fear. That's interesting, right? Because I don't know about you, but I can't predict the future. I've tried. Right? I
Yeah.
tried to
Yeah.
predict the numbers of the lottery, it didn't work, right? And every time I ask that question, and when I do public speaking, one person will say, I can predict the future. No, you can't. If you'd be predicting the future, you wouldn't be here. You'd be Warren Buffett or something, right?
Right. Yeah.
So like that's not true. You
Yeah.
you you make it seem like your brain is telling you that you can predict the future. I knew that person was going to do that. Well, did you or did you make it happen? Did you, you know,
Manifest
did you
that.
manifest that? In other words, did you entice them, that person, or she's gonna get mad. She's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
She's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Like that thing,
She is.
right? That's what, right? But if you allow yourself to just see, then you'll see opportunities, and opportunities are everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel grounded and present, less reactive and more trusting. So that's what happens. And if you're in a business, right? Nothing moves faster than the speed of trust.
Oh,
And we've learned that, right?
it
In
is
business. If you want to
absolutely
go
huge.
fast in business, build a team that have trust.
Yeah.
And so this is why I'm doing this, because if you want to have a team at Dovico where you feel trusted, you belong, well, you go faster because people will do things without like asking for justification or asking for permission. They'll just do it. And we've had that experience and we've talked
We've
about
had
this.
it.
This is
Yep.
why it matters.
Yep.
This event reminded me I'm not alone in my journey.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. We get grounded on things like, female, male, color, hair color, status. But at the end of the day, we're all the same. We're all the same people. We're all doing things to buy our loves, to buy our acceptance. We want more in order for people to respect us more. That's what we want.
Yep.
And if we can just be there and connect to that level, then everything's possible from that. My body feels lighter, my mind calmer. Now, if your body is lighter and your mind is calmer, you're not producing cortisol. And if you're not producing cortisol, you're producing the hormones and the protein necessary to stay young, to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And that's why wellness increased because you're not in fear. You're walking in the woods, except you're present in everyday life.
That's it. That's it. I mean, if you can come to an event and, from 8 to 4 and you can walk away and weeks later, your mind is calmer. I mean, it just brings a mindfulness that is, it's so needed in this world where we're also influenced by, our phones, what's happening around us. And having that space that you can just be calm in is, you know, Eve, you've brought so much to us as far as these events because there's so much that we can take away from this and we can be better because of
Mhm.
them. So it's been wonderful. Integrated mind body insights.
So the alignment between biometrics and participant reflection demonstrates a measurable coherence between the mind and body. Now, when you start to have a coherence between the mind and body, that means that your heart and your mind are aligned.
Yep.
So what you think
Yep.
and what you believe are aligned.
Yep.
So what you think about you, about life, and what you believe about yourself is aligned. So imagine that you now believe this about yourself. You look in the mirror and you say, you know what? I am healthy. I am beautiful. I am love. And you actually believe it.
Yeah.
That's coherence. And when you're doing in that coherence, right, you're pretty like your body is fully functional. I can speak hours on this, but just to simplify it, when you actually believe it, your heart and your mind, well, then magic things starts to happen. Your health changes, and when your health changes, your movement change, and when your movement change, well, your result change, right? And
Yeah.
that's what we're looking for. Lowered physiological stress paired with expression of calm, gratitude, and trust reveals a holistic transformation. And
Mhm.
this is important. So people would say, well, what's the ROI? What's the return on investment
Yeah.
when you do these things? Well, I remember asking a question to Richard Branson about Richard Branson,
Yes.
super rich person. I don't know how many billions he has. So
Virgin
Virgin
Mobile.
Mobile, and I asked him the question,
Virgin everything.
what is the most valuable asset that you had? And he stopped and thought for like a long
He
period of time,
did. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And finally he stood up and he says, my health. And when you think about that, right, if you have your health, then you can do things, you can create things, you can be alive. But I tell you, if you have, and this happens to a lot of my friends and my family, and it happened to me when you're sick. It doesn't need to be much, like a backache or something, or like you have a flu and you fall on the floor and you're in the bed. Everything becomes about your health.
Yeah.
So why not work on your health today? But more importantly, your mindset. I was having this discussion with this lovely lady yesterday. The reason this is interesting for me is I was working out at the gym 3 hours a day, like getting sweat on. Like I thought, oh yeah, this is good. Now you can't outrun a
Bad
bad diet,
diet.
right?
Yeah.
Because I tried it. Like one beer is half an hour on a treadmill, right?
Easy. Yeah. If
Easy.
not more.
Now, what I didn't realize is that if your mind is full of cortisol and stress, it doesn't matter that you eat, non-GMO and organic stuff. you're eating organic stress. Your body doesn't know what to do with this food
Doesn't.
because you're stressed. You're
Yeah.
like you're running away from your fear. You're running away from the bear. Not a time to eat, not a time to digest. So if you're in fear,
Yep.
if you're not calm, it doesn't matter what kind of food you eat.
Doesn't.
No,
No, it doesn't. You will be in cortisol
all the
overload.
time.
And
So
yeah,
mindset is the
mindset is
most important thing,
huge.
right?
Yeah. The
Mindset
body will
first,
follow.
right? And this is what we look for. What we look for. People will ask me. I remember Don Arnold asked me, what should we teach our children? You remember that
I
question?
do.
And the one thing I answered was open mindset.
Yeah.
If you can teach kids to be present, they can do anything because then you're malleable. You can go wherever the opportunity is, you go. The biggest problem you have in business is we're not malleable. We're stuck in our ways. This is the way we've always done it.
Yep.
And then you're stuck.
Yeah.
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 Anyway. Yeah.
Open to opportunities.
Yes. Sorry.
So,
I get super
so
excited here. I'm sorry.
important. So
I
important.
know we're over
Don't
time.
be, don't
Yeah.
be, yeah.
So participants left the event more self-regulated, emotionally centered, and connected to purpose. Now,
Absolutely.
right? If you're interested in this, Beyond the Doing, November 29th, it's from 9 to 4, right?
8 to 4.
No, 9.
Oh, is it 9?
Yeah, 9.
Sorry.
9 to 4. That's okay.
Oh, I get to sleep a little longer.
Yes, people were saying it's a little too early. So I'm
Oh,
saying, yeah. And 9 to 4, second floor, Dalma Foods on St. George Street in Moncton here. And I hope to see you there. Yeah,
yeah.
there's only 30 seats. It's
Get your
very intimate.
tickets. Very intimate.
And it's open to everyone. Like
Yeah.
it's not like you don't have to be prepared. You don't have to be a meditator. You don't have to be like a certain way. It's open to everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like inclusiveness.
It's a beautiful day. It
Yeah.
really is. It's a beautiful day spent with beautiful people. And what you get, is this biometrics. You really get the ability to change your life, right? And I think Eve's going to continue to share these
Yes.
these biometrics, really important to us. So it's something that Dovaco Eve has been working on for a really long time. We want to create better humans. We want to give them a space to create better for themselves, right?
So, yes, if you're interested in getting measurements to see if the time that you spent is worth it,
Yeah.
then I would suggest that you buy your ticket this week so you can be part of the measurements.
Yes.
Now, we're going to do more measurements, not less. There's some exciting things coming up. I've been talking to several of our partners, technology partners, so I'm really excited. So I won't spoil the surprise, but I will let you know at the event. So 1 week before, so if you can, buy your tickets this week so you can be part of the measurement team. It's not intrusive. It's not complicated. Owen takes care of making sure that
Yeah.
you understand the technology,
Yeah.
and then we'll share. You'll have your own data for yourself,
Hmm.
but you'll also have everybody will have access to anonymous data for the means so that you can see that there's a return on your investment. And the investment is a day. So I don't take this lightly. Like you're giving us a day to
Hmm.
transform you, right?
Yeah.
And I get it. So it's a lot of time. I know we're busy, but it's about being busy in the right way. So
So
beyond the
true.
doing. At this time, like if you think about this time and it's Christmas, it's getting close to
Yes.
Christmas. So
Yes.
people are getting busy being busy.
Right.
Can we
Yep.
be busy like without being busy? Can we, the intent of Christmas is family, is fun, it's being part of something, right?
Yeah.
So this not web, but this
Event
event
is a
is
perfect
a perfect
timing.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, to getting beyond the doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely
So
love it.
not let the doing come in the way of you getting more productive with your life with
Yeah, the
intention.
ticket, you can buy the ticket. Eve has, or Dion has posted it. Thank you, Dion, for posting it. So get your ticket. Let's go. Let's build a beautiful end of the year so you can hit the ground running in 2026 instead of, making one of those resolutions, right?
I thought
Start now. So
I don't
stupid.
do resolutions
I
because I
don't.
change every single day.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for sticking with us. So appreciate it, Sister Cheryl, Marie
Hey, sure.
Claude. Yes,
Oh,
lovely.
oh, my Medic Lloyd.
Accept, yeah, accept my friend
Yeah,
request. I sent you a friend request this morning, Marie
I
Claude.
can. Oh yeah, she's an awesome painter.
Awesome. I
Have you
know.
seen her
I,
painting?
yeah, well, there's one
Oh,
upstairs.
you're gonna buy when you have a cottage.
Gorgeous.
You should.
I oh,
I
definitely.
got one in my cottage. It's
Yeah,
beautiful. Love
beautiful,
it. Yeah.
beautiful. All right. Thank you so much. Mwah. Love you. Get your workout in. And how are you?